Okay, YouTubers, this is the Angryprepper. So today's video, we're going to talk about bug out communities. I'm probably going to do a more in-depth video as I'm getting back to my bug out series that I started like 2 years ago and never really finished. As you can see here, there's a very cool waterfall behind me. That is on Prepper Nurses One's property. So he has a nice property here. Now, talking about bug out communities, the reason why, well, because today's weekend, or the gathering rather, is for people who want to be a part of this bug out community that Prepper Nurse One is heading up. With that, guys, listen, you might not want to drive too far, or you might want to drive far to be a part of a collective group of people you can trust. Meeting Ed, and actually talking to Ed for about a year or two now, and then meeting him for the first time, there was no difference. You know how some people, you talk to them on the phone, they're different, and you meet them in person, or vice versa? Well, he's the same dude, and he's the same dude on camera. Again, with a trusted guy like Ed and some of the people that he's picking, because believe it or not, you have to pick people, these are people that I want to be around. Now, I had already told Ed that, or Prepper Nurse One, sorry, that this is going to be like my second designation. My first designation is up by Hudson Valley Prepping and Survival, Mike and Old Mutt up in New York. If shit gets that hot that we have to come out this far, this is my my backup location. With that, you definitely need a bug out location. I didn't realize how important it was until I got here. Now, again, talking with with Old Mutt and Mike, I had a sense of a bug out location, but there's a lot of issues in New York, state that is. But here in West Virginia and on this specific property, guys, it's very, very defendable. I mean, the defense here is insane. One example, I'm gonna show you guys one example, is this here. This ravine, rather, or valley that I came down into, it's about a 200-foot drop down. It's a gradual climb, but it's a gradual climb in. Now climbing out, it's about another, Now climbing out, it's 200 feet back in the opposite direction, but look how steep it is. And that point right up there is just the first point, and then you have another probably 75 to 100 foot climb after that peak that I'm pointing at right now. So again, guys, this place is very defensible. Plus, like I said, it's on a hill all the way around. So no matter which direction you come from, you're gonna be seen, you're gonna be heard. And this is one of the important things about picking a bug out location and starting a bug out community, is you need a very defensible location. And a lot of these places around here, a lot of the homes that are around here, they're in defensible locations where they have the high ground. That's what you always want, the high ground. Now, not everybody can afford the high ground or will be able to find that high ground, but the high ground is what you want. And even if you have a location, like let's say this, right? You want to be near the water source. You got your little community built here. At least the backside of your property will be your high ground defense, or your fallback, if you will. But who the hell wants to fall back 200 feet up a mountain, if you will? Now, the other important thing with bug out community, guys, is people. You're going to need trustworthy people. Like I said before, Mike and a couple of guys that I'm working with and talking to today, or rather this weekend, trustworthy dudes. I only trust a handful of people, and Ed being one of them, Mike being another one, and guys at the firehouse, obviously. I only trust a few people. I don't trust everyone. You need trusted people, and you need people that are going to work. A bug out community, guys, you are working. So you do not need lazy people in that bug out community. You also don't need snakes, rats, and snitches either. You don't need somebody who's going to rat you out to another community or another group. And I would all but say, whoever you got in your community, when that shit hits the fan starts, accepting people in will be, it'll be nothing short of an interview process, and watching them for a long period of time. It's going to be a lot to go along with taking people after the shit hits the fan. Now, there are going to be, guys, some untrustworthy people that you're going to interview. You're going to have an idea. You'll be like, I don't know, I don't trust this dude, but he has a skill that you need. Well, that's all up to you. That depends on what you want to do and how badly you need that skill. You might take that untrustworthy person, but you're also going to keep an eye on that dude or chick, right? So guys, with picking people, you have to become a people person and identify certain, I guess, social disorders, if you will, mental behavior and attitude, and of course, laziness. You got to account all of that in, and their background. Obviously, if they have a shitty background, and not saying that they were arrested, but if they were like, I don't know, a pedophile or some shit, or a murderer, you definitely want to know that shit about the person because you don't want that in your group. All right, guys, so other than that, this is just a short video on one of the best properties I've been on in a long time. Other than that, catch you guys in the next video.